Hey folks, I'm in Los Angeles again this week, this time covering DragCon, but there's as always been a lot of news, so let's do a quick roundup. You've probably seen the Trump administration has proposed big rule changes that would affect non-discrimination in medical care. Those haven't gone into effect yet, but if they do, it would be a big deal. It would give medical providers and educational institutions and pharmacists and you name it, wide latitude to refuse treatment to trans people, and depending on how this is interpreted, could be extended to cover more queer people in general going down the line. So the good news is that it's not a done deal yet. There are a whole bunch of lawsuits that are going to be in the works around this. There's a big one filed, a coalition of 24 states led by New York. There's another lawsuit from California. There's another lawsuit from San Francisco. So these things are still, very in progress right now. But it's a major catastrophe if this actually goes through and undoes all the non-discrimination protections from the ACA. Buried in that news was also some news that the Trump administration wants to roll back non-discrimination protections for trans people at shelters, at housing shelters. So once again, a really big deal. This would disproportionately affect people who are already disproportionately affected by homelessness and housing insecurity. So that's another huge catastrophe if it actually goes through. In terms of action items this week, it's all the legal strategy around challenging this stuff is still shaking out, but whatever happens, Lambda Legal is likely to be at the forefront of that. So it's a great time to support Lambda Legal. Go to their website, follow them on social media, donate if you can, and they will take the lead along with some of these other states and organizations that are challenging Republican attempts to deny medical care to queer people. Of course, big thanks to all the viewers who sent me a ton of articles. Everybody's been sending me a lot of resources about what exactly is going on, and I really appreciate that. So please continue sending that stuff to me so it really helps with research. And big thanks to everyone who makes Weekly Debrief possible. With your pledge of support on Patreon, head over to patreon.com/MattBaum or click the link in the description to check out those backer rewards, and I'll debrief you next week.